Today on Indie Comic Spotlight, we're going over DMDouble Comics Volume 1, 2020, The Introduction. So this comic is actually from my friend Duane. No, not that Duane. That guy never returns my calls. But normally I get to review a book after it's already been released. So Duane was gracious enough to provide me with a couple of the finished stories of the 4 stories that are going to be in this book. First up, we have the story Brand X, which I told my friend Duane as soon as I heard that name.
Uh-oh. He don't look happy. He's been using Brand X.
Except there's no psychotic clowns in this story, only vampires. We follow the tragic story of the main character as he appears to be abducted by vampires and given some sort of supernatural powers. The whole ordeal leaves him disfigured, and I don't want to spoil how he's revealed to look like here. But let's just say I got a very Spawn vibe from his look. And then at the end, a mysterious stranger shows up, appearing to help him, and we are left on a cliffhanger. And he actually shows more of the mysterious savior, but I don't want to spoil it, but on this one I definitely got some Shadow Man vibes. And the second story he provided me with was D.M. Dark Origins, Baptist. This story takes place almost 10 years before 2020 and focuses on Jackson Montgomery, who is a small-town Baptist minister. But after introducing us to Jackson and his family, the story jumps around a little bit as we suddenly find Jackson is part of some military mission on the way to South America. So it's obvious something bigger is being set up here, and the mystery is definitely intriguing to find out what happens next. The last 2 stories will be finished once the Kickstarter is funded, and one of them is called Old Glory. It follows Oba Magdi, who is the son of an Egyptian god and an escaped slave. The previews from the Kickstarter show that he's a soldier in the Union Army and finds the first gift that his father gave him, which is limited immortality. And the last story is called Power Corps. The story follows Matthew Davidson, who's the leader of Power Corps, who used to be a soldier in the US military until his father was gunned down by 3 policemen, and then he found himself becoming America's Most Wanted. He does have some preview artwork on the Kickstarter to check out, but there was one thing he mentioned here that I found interesting. He mentions a character type in this world called a biogene. The reason I bring it up is because if you came from our old YouTube channel called Pop Culture Geekery, you may remember that Duane actually created a card game called Surviving the Game. Well, this takes place in the same world, because Duane's got a plan.
Because it's all part of the plan.
Man, Duane, that's 2 Joker references in one video. Should I be concerned? But seriously though, go check out Duane's Kickstarter and you can see all this for yourself. And as of making of this video, it's got 2 weeks left, so there's still plenty of time to back it. And speaking of Kickstarters, be sure and continue to follow us as we continue to work on our upcoming Kickstarter for Malia Mayhem #1. So be sure and subscribe and like the video and all those good things, and we'll talk to you next time.